Hey guys, welcome back to Newbie Life. We are just getting through to the spring here, 2025, and we made it through a pretty cold winter. Both hives look like they're doing well. This one is a stronger hive and they're not doing as much action as this one here, but we'll get into them. I'm not opening them much. We're just above 50 Fahrenheit today, so I want to get in and we're just going to kind of take a look and give them some sugar water. So I just want to talk about it real quick, a few tips, and we'll just get into it. I'm kind of new into the apiary business. Not a business, I'm just doing it for a hobby for my gardens. Love bees, had 15 hives as a kid with my family, and here we are. So let's get to it. I got a couple of videos here, you could go back and check them out. I gave them straight sugar in the middle of the winter. We had one warm spell, took advantage of it, and that got these bees all the way to this point. So I took out the Ceracell feeders. I have the caps, the centerpiece, and the top corners. I took all those out, filled them with pure cane sugar, and they're still alive, so that's a good sign. Right here, what we have is a slurry, very, very, very thick, and that is sugar water, and I left it there for 2 days, but it is ready to go. These are the pieces that go back in. For the Ceracell feeder, you have the top piece, the middle I should say, and then these are your corner pieces. They have a rough material so the bees could climb in and out, go get their drink, go back in. You can see how thick it is. He's just crawling right across the top. All I did was put a bunch of sugar and I was stirring regular water into it, and I made it to the point where it's so thick, and I didn't do any kind of concoction or measuring ratios. I just did it to the point where I thought it was thick enough. You want them to have a little moisture right now. We are March 16th today, 2025. Let's talk about the jacket, your clothing. I bought mine from Mountain Sweet Honey. You can go check them out. They have a lot of good content, a lot of great content actually. If you have any questions or anything, you could talk to them. Ray does, I think Ray's the owner, he does like live streams quite often, and they have like Q&A, tons of videos, but their staff is so knowledgeable. Every time I've called them, had 100% just always helping me out. So I use them, but you could use whoever you want. So I got my jacket through them when I ordered. I only have a half jacket, so it leaves you vulnerable. I do have issues with the bees going up my pants. I've been stung many, many times because they'll just get all the way up into your legs, and you know, that's one issue. So maybe a half or a full bodysuit might be a little bit better for you. But I gotta say, it's very comfortable. Middle of summer, I have no issues with it, and I really enjoy it. And it's iPhone friendly. I could tap right through what I have to do with my phone when I'm making my videos. I also have good deep pockets on the side for tools and whatever else. So it's just one part of it. You're gonna wanna gear up. This year I'm probably gonna buy a whole suit. Once that honey gets thick in those hives, what I notice is the bees get really fired up and they'll attack you to protect that honey. Right now I'm not expecting it, so I'm not even gonna smoke them. And I'm not going into the hives. The Ceracell feeders, Mountain Sweet Honey has them, sit at the top of your hive box, and you could just fill them up through there. So I'm not actually going down into it. I'm gonna try to put the sugar water into the top of it. But it's on and off with heavy rains the next couple days. So I'm gonna take advantage of the few minutes that I have right now, and I wanna kind of hurry up. I don't wanna sit here trying to film it, but I'll be filming all throughout the summer. I knocked this whole area out of trees, and I built, it's like, I don't know, not a full acre, but it's a good amount of land. I put in gardens, I brought in soil, I put in 20 fruit trees, bear electric fencing, bear proof, and a bear proof cage, because we have a ton of bears here where I'm at. And my apiary started. I'm probably gonna add some hives this year, and I might split a hive if they're strong enough. The first hive is a very strong hive, so I might split it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let's get to it. I'm gonna open them up and hope that I don't need smoke. It's windy enough and cold enough. I'm like right at that breaking point. I think we'll be okay. And for the most part, these bees aren't like the Russians. The Russians seem like they're a little more aggressive, or the Carniolans are more aggressive. I bought the Italians from Mountain Sweet Honey. And then I ended up getting local hives to where I'm at because we have a really cold winter. And these local bees seem a little different. They're a little more aggressive than the Italians, but we're not sure 100% what they are. So I'm just kind of starting out. Third year now this will be, and it's just fun to sit with my chair and watch them. So last year I had them swarming pretty bad, and I wanted to make sure they weren't going to flee or anything, so I was trying to figure out what was going on, and I ran in there with without zipping this corner shut. And when I did that, I had a bunch of the bees come up in here and they got me all over my jaw, complete swollen face and everything. I was all Benadrylled up and everything. The next day I had stings all up and down my legs, arms. I think 12 stings total. But I'm not, a professional at this. I'm just kind of somebody starting out that wants bees, and I'm jumping into it full force. Hives, frames, everything I built for Mountain Sweet Honey. I ordered it in and put it together, and I used a Vermont casting, like an all natural. I could put links up if you're more interested later. You can leave a comment. A Vermont casting finish on it, and it was more natural. You didn't have to leave it more than like 2 days. But so yeah, let me get this on and then we'll get in there. Well, if you're not sure about feeding them in the winter, I agree with feeding them late winter if you could get that day over 50. Because of that, my bees made it, in my opinion. I don't think they would have made it if I didn't do that, but I see they're fully active and ready to rock. I can get into that Cerasil. Oh, well, I didn't expect to see this. So that sugar is still there, and they're eating off of it. I don't really want to flood them with sugar water right now, so I got to figure out an option. Let's check out the other hive. Obviously they're doing well because of that. They're feeding on it, but they're going to need water right now, because right now is a time that there wasn't a lot of water, but now there is water, so from all the rain we're getting. Okay, there's some dead bees in here. There's a live one there. This is my stronger hive, allegedly. I don't know if moisture got in there and affected them or what's going on. I hope I didn't lose my hive here. Very hard to keep these hives alive. I see bees coming in and out of here. So I'm gonna open up the top one here. Oh, I got it all taped off. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here. So I don't know if I can. I'll try to get the corners on here and see if I could dump sugar water in here. Okay, so what we're doing is I'm looking at the bees. Hard to probably tell, but they are in there and they are alive. And this is like a rock, this sugar. So, not really sure why I have so many dead bees in this hive up top here. I'll show you, because they have that rough material there. So these just kind of slide right into place. They just slide right like that, and that's it. So I'll put these on now, and then in a couple weeks, when it warms up a little more, I'll come through here and I'll end up really taking care of it. See the bee coming out here? There he was. What they'll do is they'll come up to the top. They'll come up to the top and they'll crawl on the inside and drink out of the bottom corner. All right, so I ended up cleaning everything out, and I'm about to dump in the sugar water. Very, very thick, as you could tell. So these are some of the dead bees that I had in there. But see the fill line going all the way around? Because we're uneven right now after winter, the heave, I'm right at the max part on the front, and in the back I'm okay. So we're gonna get the cover back on, and these bees will be able to drink. So they're already coming out. I put a little sugar at the front See him grabbing it right there, going back in. That helps entice them. It helps. Last year I put it there and it brings in energy like right to the immediate hive. So I did that in the winter and it seemed to work, help me out, get them all fired up. Just like right now, they're starting to come out again. Make sure you're using pure cane sugar, nothing else in it. I used a yellow bag Domino 25-pound. Shocked the price is like 30 bucks right now, but that's what it is. It has to be pure. So I'm just kind of using a stick and I'm going around real carefully. I don't want to mess with these bees. They'll kind of, a lot of time they'll go in on their own if you just blow on them a little bit. So I just want them to kind of step away so I could get the carriers on here, so I could put the guard blocks up. Oh, sorry guys, couldn't see it back there. Bring them in. Now I just pissed them off, but bees are fascinating and we're losing them pretty hard. So without people coming into this beekeeping world, they're pretty much going to be gone soon if we don't step in and stop what's happening. See, these have holes in them. See those holes right there? So they'll come up through the center and they'll be able to get right into here. There we go. Well, that's what I have left of all that sugar. Hives are back together and they're not even really out. They were flying a good ways before, but I always leave them a little bit of it on the lip here, a little bit up top, so they don't have to go far for that extra water, moisture, nutrients. And then late summer, I don't mess around like that, because what will happen is in the late summer you'll end up getting actually all the ants and everything coming up here. But the bees will clean this off pretty quickly, and we're about to get a ton of rain, so it's going to wash all that off anyway. I was just sitting here editing my video and I just want to show you how much it activates them, that little bit of sugar. They don't have to go far and they got their energy right there. They're able to eat right off of it. Beautiful. All right, and we'll finish editing. But that's it. Probably made some mistakes. That's all part of it. Hope you guys enjoyed this channel so far. And this summer we'll be doing a lot more videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care.